Clint Cosgrove, Rivals national recruiting analyst, here with Tyler Gant, one of the top defensive line recruits in the Midwest, if not the nation. Tyler, thanks for coming on with me. I'm excited to talk with you about your recruitment.
I appreciate you for having me on.
For sure. So the first thing I want to start with is junior days. You just came off your first junior day. You went to University of Illinois. Tell me about that experience.
It was amazing. So yeah, Coach Patterson hit me up. He was like, "Hey, we need to get you down for a junior day." I was like, "Let's do it." We went up there that Friday, and when we first got there, we were having a meeting in the auditorium. So we sat down. The coaches introduced themselves. Head coach gave a speech, and then after that, we all went down and we had a photo shoot in uniforms. So yeah, the photo shoot was dope. Got to talk with Coach Jamison a little bit one-on-one. Got to catch up with him because I hadn't seen him since the first game of the season they played against Nebraska. So catching up with Coach Jamison, the D-line coach, was amazing. And then after that, we had dinner, and then we headed down to the Illinois-Michigan basketball game, which, of course, that was amazing. So yeah, it was a great experience. I'm glad I made the trip up there.
Awesome. And I know you have a couple other junior days coming up, and after having a great experience at Illinois, what are you looking for in your upcoming junior days, and what junior days do you have coming up?
Got you. So I will start off with the junior days I have coming up. I'll be visiting Iowa State January 29th. Then I will be heading to Iowa March 5th, Iowa University March 5th, and I will be at Wisconsin the next day, March 6th. And yeah, when I'm visiting on a junior day, I'm just trying to get as much of a feel as I can. You know, with the dead months or in the dead periods, like you don't get that much time to get up on campus. So it's vital to me to learn as much as I can, continue to build relationship with these great coaches that I've been in contact with, and just continue to absorb the university feel and just try to see where I'm gonna make my home.
Awesome, man. Now, you named a top 5 on December 27th. It was Iowa, Iowa State, Wisconsin, Arkansas, and Kentucky, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that list fluid? And did your junior day experience at Illinois change, your outlook on your top 5?
Yeah, so when I made that top 5 list, the most, I say, substantial reason why that list was what it was because of my relationship with the coaching staff or my relationship with the coach that was recruiting me from that university. I say Illinois definitely stepped up and they reached out and it was like, hey, we still want to be considered and we still want you to be a part of our recruitment. So that spoke out a lot. But definitely my recruitment is still 100% open. But those top 5 schools and including Illinois are definitely still in my thought process, and I will be continuing to look closer into as we move forward my recruitment.
Perfect. Now, I've known you since, well, I haven't known you, but I first met you freshman year when I showed up at a practice and I said, Coach Pingle, where's the young studs at? He pointed you out. We went down and took a picture, and he told me you'd be the next big one coming out of CBC. I also found out at that time that you're a pretty brilliant kid as well. And I know engineering is a focus when it comes to your recruitment. How much of a factor will the engineering program play into your decision? And what else besides engineering is important to you when you're making this decision?
Got you. So yeah, when I'm looking at a university, I'm definitely looking at the full spectrum. Academics has always been number one to me, or like in that top 3, and it's just so. I'm looking at school that'll match me as a football player, as a person, and as a student. So that engineering degree of mechanical engineering is definitely something that I desire and I don't take lightly.
Awesome. Now, commitment timeline and current leader. Players that get recruited like you, a lot of the time they want to let it play out because the longer it goes, the more offers they get and the more opportunity they get. Do you have a commitment timeline, and do you have a current leader in your recruiting process?
As far as a commitment timeline, in the perfect world, I will do my visits throughout, junior day visits and spring practices, and hopefully I'll have a decision by the end of March. But we also have official visits coming up in June, and like season starts, so it's gonna get pretty crazy. But in the perfect world, I'll know by the end of March.
Okay. All right. Well, you're blessed. You got a lot of opportunities. You're going to get to take a lot of visits, a lot of exciting times ahead. One thing that I would also like to know is you're listed as a defensive end, but you have the ability to pretty much play anywhere on the defensive line. What if coaches talk to you about? Do they see you as an interior guy? Do they see you as an edge guy? Are you a guy that will, be a pass rusher on certain downs, run stuffer on others? How have they talked about you fitting into their defense?
Yeah, but I definitely train as a guy who can play that zero tech at nose tackle, or a guy who could play that six tech as an outside linebacker. That's just how I choose to increase my value. But as of right now, I've been talking to coaches as playing interior D line, so defensive tackle, playing either over the guard or in that B gap. And I see myself as a 1 through 4 down guy, as a guy who can play a whole series and make an impact.
Yeah, you definitely have that skill set. The one thing that I love about you is you can play on the edge, but you bring that interior pass rush ability, which is rare. And so I'm excited to watch you play at the next level. I'm excited to watch you play next year. But it's been great talking with you, Tyler. I wish you the best of luck. And I look forward to talking with you again soon.
Appreciate
Hopefully
it so
for your
much.
commitment video.
Hey, we gonna see.